Hey guys, welcome to my live video. So as you can tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be showing you guys a tutorial, a simple tutorial on inking. So in the picture, I might end up changing that thumbnail, but I have various inking supplies. Now, if you guys don't have all these things, use what you have. These are just examples of things that you can use. I have mentioned this before, but I just wanted to reiterate it in this video. So, first thing that everyone should have in possession is a pen. Okay, this is a gel pen, but you guys, I love drawing in big pens. I just couldn't find a black one at the moment, but you guys can use a regular pen, ballpoint pen, gel pen, or whatever. I have here my Pentel pocket brush pen. All right, and I like this one because I can refill this myself. Now I believe these are called dip pens. I have this. I received this in my Paletful Packs box, so I'm going to be using that. I have a fountain pen. You guys can use any type of pen, fountain pen. These are cool because you can put ink in there. Different inks. And then everybody should really have a Sharpie, I think. They sell them at Dollar Tree. So if you guys don't have one, invest in a Sharpie. This is a fine point, but you can use anything. Also, any kind of marker would suffice. Okay? So I just wanted to kind of do a little exercise, some quick little sketches with you guys that a beginner or really anybody can do. So we're going to start by doing a pumpkin. Now, you guys can follow along and do the same thing that I'm drawing. You can draw really whatever you like. Be creative. I have my kids next to me, guys, and they're going to be drawing along with me. I know you guys can't see them. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
But they're going to be following along in the background. So if you hear anything, just excuse them. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with a pumpkin. So what I did is I went on Pinterest and I searched Halloween pumpkins. All right. And I'm just scrolling to see what. I really just want to get the shape of a pumpkin to draw for a reference. But you guys can draw one from your mind. So if you guys ever are not sure on how to draw something, always look up a reference. That's really good. It's good to have a reference. Let me just get the light together. Sorry, guys. All right, so for a pumpkin, you're basically going to do like an oval shape. Like a circle, like a squash circle, I guess you would say, because the pumpkin is going to be a little flat on the bottom. All right, so we're just going to do the shape of that. Oh, I forgot to mention you guys could use a pencil. All right, so when you're doing a pumpkin, you kind of notice in all these pictures, pumpkins have like these ridges. So we're going to follow that pattern. So these on the side. So let's start with the middle one. I should do that. Now it's going to be kind of a curved line. All these lines are going to curve as they're going away. So this one seems kind of straight in the middle, but the ones on the side are going to kind of curve. They're going to kind of follow this line of the end. This side, they're going to follow this end. So we're just going to go ahead and draw that curved line. All right. You guys got it? So there's like usually a little where the stem comes here. I'm just going to go ahead and sketch out a stem. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead. You guys create whatever kind of face that you want on this pumpkin. I kind of like this Jack inspired one that I saw. Let me see. Let me look it up really quickly. There's a lot of pumpkins here. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and do 2 eyes, nostrils, then the mouth is going to go across like so. Then there's like lines going like this around the mouth, and they're different. They're not all going in the same direction. And I'll actually let's draw 2 pumpkins. So here's another circle shape. All right, we're gonna start with the line in the middle. I'm gonna kind of curve it, and then I'm just gonna follow the curve. And we'll just do like a regular basic pumpkin face. 2 triangles. Let's do a triangle for the mouth. For the nose, I mean. Then we'll draw in a mouth. And then add some teeth. Let's make this one kind of like that. So guys, be creative. Like, do whatever comes to your mind. All right, that's cool. What else can we draw? I just want to kind of sketch a bunch of little things so that we can go ahead and ink them together. Let's draw some candy corn. So candy corn is kind of like a, go ahead and draw a triangle, upside down triangle. And then we're going to kind of curve the edges. So we're going to round the edges. Let me look up a picture. Great, my battery is going low. Type in candy corn. All right, so as you can see, there's 3 parts: white, orange, and yellow. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kind of make it curve like so. All right, so let's just draw a bunch of those. Guys, these don't have to be perfect. All right, that's fine for now. What else should we draw, girls? What else should we add to this? A witch's hat. All right, my daughter wants to do a witch's hat, so we'll do like a triangle shape. You guys can draw this anywhere on your page. And then we'll kind of do like a circle. We're just going to draw some shapes. Now, this is going to be my base. So you guys can make your witch hat be just like this and add your buckle and all whatnot. But I'm going to go ahead and curve it. I'm going to add a ribbon here. These are all really simple sketches that really anyone can do. And then I'm going to double this line here. And we'll draw a square in here and a smaller square for the buckle. But I want to make this seem like I want to make this higher, so I'm going to bring it up a little bit. All right, that's fine. What else should we draw, Nana? Something simple. Alexis?
A skeleton?
Something simple. We could do a skeleton head. Let's do a simple skeleton head. So let me type in skull so I can get a reference. Now these are really detailed.
Like a simple one.
But we're going to go ahead and try to find a simple. We're going to make a simple version of that. So for the skull, a circle. And then sort of like a rectangle on the bottom. Now guys, when you're sketching, don't sketch too hard, okay? Because we're going to erase these lines. Forgot to mention that. Make sure that you do it lightly. And then for the skull, we're going to kind of round out this. Just like we did on the candy corn, round it out. We're going to add those eyes, the nose, just like Jack's. This is really too long. Let's cut this short. I'm going to make this shorter. And then we'll just put some lines here for the teeth. How's that?
Good.
Okay. I think that's good for now. You guys done? Almost? Take your time. Okay. So for inking, as my kids are drawing that, I wanted to share something with you guys. I bought this thing from Daiso. Well, my mom got it for me from California. She went on her trip. So this basically is an ink stick. And I forgot what you call this. But it's basically what I'm going to make the ink in. So the instructions on here is to just put some water in here. Grab the ink stick. And just like in a circular motion, you'll be able to make ink. So I'm going to try that with you guys. We're going to try it together. That's a lot of water. What's wrong with him? So it says just to go in a circular motion. And I guess like with time, the ink will dissolve. I probably should have just did a little bit of water at a time. Come on, guys, finish drawing. So we can ink together. Put some more candy corn. Those are cute candy corns. Let me show you guys what they're doing so far. This is my niece's. Cute. This is my 8-year-old's. Look at her candy corn. Those are cute. Look at her hat. It's adorable. Good job. Close the door out of the way. Alright, so I'm just going in a circular motion so I can make this ink. So I forgot to add to these tools. You guys can use a paintbrush and ink to ink also. So this water does look like it's getting muddy. But I'm going to keep going because I want it to get darker. Here, I'm going to go check on my son really quick. And I'm going to let my youngest daughter come here right here. And she's going to show you guys how she's going to draw something really quick. Come on, Lexi. Hurry up. Don't hit the camera, okay? Come on, whatever you want. Show them how you drew that witch's hat. Draw another one. Different kind.
Okay.
You gotta tell them how to do it.
First, you have to draw a triangle on the top of the hat, and then make an oval shape towards like the bottom. And then you have to draw a curve and a ribbon and a buckle on the top. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to curve it. I'm going to curve the top of the hat. To the other side. I'm gonna add little bats on it. You guys could add anything you want to it, or you could add nothing. It's fine. Or I could add little candies, treats. Next, I'm gonna draw pumpkin. Yeah, a pumpkin. Let's go pumpkin for some cards. Wait, no, a skull. Could just turn that into a skull. Look. I know. Draw a circle. I'm gonna draw earring hoops, like skull earrings. Hey.
Move, Lexi. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Let me just mix this up a little bit more.
We're gonna use that too. Okay. I'm gonna use this one at a time.
Would you show them how to draw? Huh?
Skeleton earrings and a hat.
Skeleton earrings?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay, they're right here.
Okay.
Right there.
Nice. Okay, let's see how... Do I have any scrap paper anywhere? You guys are gonna have to go over there with your brother in a little while. So I'm just gonna test this. So that's a nice little gray wash. I can use that. So guys, this was $1.50 at Daiso. So that's a real cheap alternative if you don't have India ink. I'm gonna leave it like that because I don't want it to be too dark. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start with the regular gel pen. And we're just gonna go ahead and ink some of these things.
This?
So I'm just gonna go over the lines that I wanna keep. And guys, take your time when you're inking. I'm gonna go ahead and draw in my stem. And for the stem, I want to add a little detail, so I'm just gonna do lines that follow the curve. It's really important when you're drawing some things to follow the curve of things. It's not working for you? Huh?
Yeah.
Take your time to slow down. Okay, let me ink in my charger. I don't know why my phone is always gonna die.
Look, just keep on shaking it. Shake it.
Alright. Oh, another tip. I probably should have worked from this side over, because you got to be careful. Sometimes it'll smudge if you rub your hand over it. And I want to make this line thicker, so I'm going to double that. Or you guys can go ahead and do like little rectangles and fill that in. So for the pumpkin, I'm laying in the face first, because some of these lines, like for instance here, I'm not going to do that line. Go like this with it. So it's really important to take your time. Okay, so for this pumpkin, let's do this line here. I don't want to make it that long. Following the curve of the pumpkin. Sometimes if I mess up, for instance here, like I did like a double line, I'll just go ahead and thicken that line up. So I'll stop here. Thicken these lines. All right, now for the top of the pumpkin, let me just sketch it so I can show you guys before I ink it. If you're not sure about something, make sure that you sketch it first. So I kind of want to curve this out a little more. Instead of making it one straight line, I want to have these curves to show the shape of the pumpkin. Can you guys see that? So I kind of want to do like an arc to connect the two lines. Okay. Once I'm happy with that, I'll go ahead and ink it. My kids are going nuts over here because their pens aren't working. You hear all that tapping. You guys can also use your markers or whatever supplies you have for this part. Yeah, this gel pen is like skipping a lot. All right. Put those back. Here, use this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and erase. Where's my eraser? I'm gonna go ahead and erase these lines now. All right, so I'll go ahead and ink the candy corn. I'm gonna use my Sharpie. Let me use a fat Sharpie because that's typically what everyone has. Can you pass me my Sharpie in that thing? Black. Let's use something else. Go ahead. So this one has like a little fray on the tip. Guys, make sure you get that out. You don't want that on your drawing. No, this one's going out. All right, there's that. I'm gonna let that dry. This one, I'm just gonna outline the outside. So guys, play with your line variations. You can have thin lines for some, thick lines for others. I'm going to use my fountain pen for this pumpkin. Wrong one. What do you need, Amaya? Sit down. There's one right here. Where's my other fountain pen? Of course, my stuff will not have ink right now. The other one like this. Let me go ahead and go to my Pentel pocket brush. It's just like this, same thing. I have two of these. Now the Pentel pocket brush pen is a challenge to use for me, because there's real bristles, so it's hard to get the same line variation. If you press harder, you'll get like a thicker line. So I'm just gonna go ahead and block in the face features. I'm gonna go ahead and lock in the stem. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and put in these segments of the pumpkin. I'm gonna go ahead and round out the tops. This is another way that you guys can ink these pumpkins. Oh, I messed up right there. That's all right. I'm gonna go ahead and thicken that line. So I'm just going ahead and thickening some lines. Now I'm gonna go ahead and black out these eyes. The same pen that I'm using. Should have added, I'm gonna go ahead and add it now, a little shadow to show the inside of the pumpkin. All right. Sorry all the noise you guys hear in the background. What else can we use? Let me use my dip pen. So I'm gonna switch to, well, I'll leave this here. This one came with 2 different nib sizes. I'm gonna use the smaller one. Let me kind of zoom in so you guys can see this. So this is some Higgins black ink. I'm just gonna dip my pen in there. And just draw with that nib. And every so often you'll probably have to dip it in. Now for the skull, I want to add some cracks. So I'll do that. And then I'll follow these lines. Lexi, don't mess with the marker.
I'm trying.
Pressing too hard. All right. So to fill this in, I'm going to use the crosshatch method. Where you do a bunch of lines in the same direction. You guys can do this with your pens also, or your markers. And then I'm going to go in the opposite direction. Now the further that I make it, it's not going to look as dark. But the closer that I make it, will make it seem darker. And I'll just go ahead and add some shadows by using that crosshatch. So I don't want to make it too dark, so I'm just going to kind of use big wide lines. I don't want to lose this little crack here, so I'm sticking that up. Alright, I'm gonna wipe off my dip pen. Okay, the hat. Let me zoom back out. What's something that we haven't used to ink yet? I used
Markers?
The pen, yeah, the marker. Well, the Sharpie is kind of a marker. Just really my fountain pen.
Brush pens?
I already used my brush pen. A paintbrush. Let's use a paintbrush to ink. So I have a little palette here. It's dirty. I gotta clean it. I like that pumpkin, Anna.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some ink in there.
Do I color
Nice,
my eyes
Maya.
of Jack?
However you want it to look is what you do. You don't have to color the eyes of Jack if you don't want to. I'm gonna
Start coloring?
for the eyes of Jack, I'm gonna add a double line here. Probably should have done the opposite side. Yeah, the opposite side. I'll just fill that in black. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and ink this hat with a brush, paintbrush. So it's important to pay attention to your brush size. If you want a smaller, thinner line, thank you, baby, then you would use a smaller, thinner brush. If you want a thicker line, you will use a thicker brush. So I like these round ones because they have like a pointed tip. And you can get like that fine line that you want. Here's a fine, really fine line when you get a really thin line with that. So I'll use a thin one to go ahead and line this candy corn really quick. And the same thing as a dip pen, you'll probably have to re-dip. Don't get frustrated, guys, if things don't turn out how you expect it to. You just take your time and you work with it. Okay. Let me kind of zoom in. So I'm going to start on this side. My brush is really frayed. I probably shouldn't be using this. So as I press down, the line gets thicker. Alright, and I'm just going to follow this line. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and use this ink. No, I'm not going to do that right now. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and start filling in some of this. So for this pumpkin, I use that pen. So I'm going to go back with that pen. And I'm just going to blacken. Darken in those eyes. You guys can use little small circular motions to do this. I kind of just use like a combination of I really just do like lines like that, really close to each other, back and forth. And then I go on top of that with circular motion to cover in the gaps. Let me know if you guys enjoy these simple tutorials. I can do more of these for you guys if anyone is interested. Alright, so I'm just thickening some lines. Okay. I'm gonna fill in these nostrils on the nose. And I'll use that crosshatch technique here on the stem. Okay. Alright guys, so now let me just go ahead and show you guys what my kids are doing because these are looking awesome. Who wants to pass me theirs first?
Me.
Let me see. Here's my nieces. Look at how cute that is. These are so adorable. She drew a little skeleton. Give me a thumbs up if you guys enjoy seeing the kids' pictures. Tap the thumbs up. This is my youngest daughter's. This eyeball she drew. That was creative. Creepy but creative. Let's see yours, Amaya. My oldest. This looks awesome. Look at her jack. Her jack looks cool. Look at, there goes. Her mummy. Creative. She did a cross hatching here. Nice. Alright, you guys finished working on those? Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and use this ink wash that I made here. So with a brush, I'm going to go ahead. Sorry, baby. And I'm going to add some dimension to these pumpkins. So where the line is, I'm going to kind of do a wash next to it. Like that. Following that shape. And as it's wet, I'm going to kind of clean the brush out and blend it out. Now, as they're coming this way, I'm going to put the shadow on the opposite side. Like so. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down a stripe. Rinse my brush out. And then go in with that damp brush and blend it out. And I'm going to blend it out. Let's add a shadow here. Don't mess up my marker, Alexis. Pressing really hard on that small one. Use a thicker marker for that. You're filling in a big space, use a thicker marker. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add some shadow to skeleton. A stem here. Thank you. This one needs a shadow. We'll do the shadow like in the middle. Blend it out on both sides. Lexi, who told you to grab that? So I want to make it darker here, because it'll be really dark where the shadow of the pumpkin is. And guys, just play around with the values of your shadows and whatnot. Like I want to darken these. They're too light. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and make this ink a little darker. Let me see if I need it anywhere else first. Let's just add it to the candy corn. If you guys don't have any ink to follow along, you guys can use, like, if you're using markers, use your colors to add shadows and stuff like that. Okay. Where's that stick? The ink stick. Oh. So I'm just gonna go ahead and work this some more, see how dark I can get it. A little bit of this goes a long way, I'm seeing. So I'm pressing down really hard, and I'm going kind of fast, because I don't want this to take forever. Let's see how dark that is now. My test paper. It's a lot darker than when I first did it. But don't forget that this does dry lighter. I want it even more darker than that though, for the witch's hat. Let's check that out. That's even darker. We'll go with that. So I'm just going to kind of fill in the witch's hat with this. I'm gonna kind of rinse out my brush a little bit, and I'm gonna make it lighter there. All right, that's cool. All right, guys, so that's about it for the inking part. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and color in some of the stuff using different items. So you guys grab what you have near you, or what you can use: watercolor, inks, markers, whatever that you want to use. Let's go ahead and use this Tombow brush pen. So it's like a water-based marker. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing like I did here. Adding the shadows. And then on this side, they'll go on the opposite end. And I'll take some water, clean water, wet in my brush. And since this is water-based, I know that this will spread. So if you guys have Crayola markers, those will, any water-based marker will do this. I just kind of want to show you guys this tutorial because I want to show my kids too, and I thought that it would be helpful to other people. Make sure you guys tap the like button if you enjoy this video and you want to see more like this, so I can know what kind of videos you guys like and want to see. Or leave me a comment after this live feed. After I post this live, leave a comment and I'll be able to see it. It didn't spread that well here because I think I let it dry too quick. But I'm just kind of like scrubbing at it. I also have, I'm just gonna stick with the markers. So for the candy corn, what was the colors again, guys? It was white, orange, and then yellow?
Yeah.
So I'm following the curve, the shape of this. Like that. See how that gives it like dimension? And I want to let those dry. When you guys do little sketches like this, you guys can always like cut out some of these images and use it for cards or whatever. Or your journals, your planners. The witch's hat. I have like some acrylic ink here. We'll use some of that. I'm just going to use what's in the cap. cleaning out my brush. Now with acrylic inks, you guys have to work fast because it dries really quickly. I'm gonna add a little purple in the background. All right, let's add to this. We'll make him blue. Everything doesn't have to be the color it's supposed to be. You guys can get creative and do what you want. So I have this blue ink here. Well, you know, I'll make it green because I really like this neon green. I got these inks from Paletful Packs. Make sure you guys check out my channel and check out that video. It was in this month's box, the October box. And I love this color. It's like a really bright. It's called yellow green, I think it is. These droppers are awesome. They're like made of glass. You hear that? They're so fancy. So I'm just gonna use a little, and I'm gonna apply it just like I did the shading. Now I gotta work fast with this because it dries really quickly. So it's acrylic based. So as it's wet, I'm gonna spread it out. Guys, this is a really good exercise when you just want to not just do anything really and doodle and something relaxing. Not so much pressure. I was struggling today with like what to draw for Inktober. So I was like, you know what? I don't feel like doing anything really fancy or whatnot, so I just wanted to kind of do something really simple. I thought this would be cool for you guys to do along with me. Lexi, why do you keep breathing hard like that? What's the problem?
Nothing.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. See, this is kind of the same color.
Mm-hmm. I told my kids to pick out three markers, and they all picked really good colors. They like went along with a lot of the stuff that's here. So I'm just kind of going over and darkening some spots that I want darkened. Wasn't as green enough. All right, that's cool. Let's add some green to the skull too. I'm gonna add a little green to the skull because it's looking a little plain. Oh, that's really thick. So on this candy corn, there's a lot of bleed through. I'm using paper that's not supposed to be for wet media. And sometimes you guys can get away with that. Just you have to really let your first layer dry. You don't want to wet it too much. Where's the yellow? My yellow marker.
Oh, look. You know what we should do? We could cut these out and put them on the door.
That's a good idea. My niece said that you guys can cut these out and put them on your door.
Halloween.
For Halloween. It's a good idea.
Or on the bags. Oh yeah, trick-or-treating bags.
Or decorate a bag.
Or just room decorations.
These candy corn are the cutest. I want to add a shadow to them. So I'm going to go ahead and use this ink. Let me add a shadow to this. Add a shadow under here.
And with a super colorful pumpkin. Oh yeah, perfect.
I want to add some shadow to this candy corn. I want to add a little to this, even though it was nice and bright. I want to add a little.
Made a colorful pumpkin.
Go pass me this cup, please. Oh, Maya. His show's off. Guys, this is so relaxing to do it with you guys. I'm happy I did this today. No pressure today. Okay, and then I want to add a little bit of yellow on the inside of this. And let me fill in this buckle with a gray wash. Alright guys, so that's it. This is what it looks like. Let me zoom in. Alright guys, so I'm gonna let my niece and my daughters show you what they did while I go check on my son because he's having a fit right now. Guys, don't hit the phone. Okay. Camera. Show them how you did everything.
Well, I did 4 candy corns, a skeleton, two witches' hat.
Point to it. Show what everything is.
2 witches' hat, a skeleton, earring.
Look at that pumpkin. The colors are nice.
A skull.
Let them see that eyeball.
Right here. Here's my eyeball. the 4 candy corns and the 2 pumpkins.
And for my drawings, I did a colorful pumpkin, 2 green skeletons, a green pumpkin, which I really like. And then I also did an all purple hat with 5 what are they called?
Candy corns.
5 candy corns, and then I also made like a tiny pumpkin person right there, and a pumpkin, and then my other witch hat.
I did this, and then I used paint to do this. They're like chalk marker paint.
Can you tell them what you did?
I did the skeleton blue, and then I colored the candy corns and the hat. For the hat right here, I just grabbed the pen that I have, and then wet it. So I gave it like a shadowy part because I didn't have whatever my mom was using. Yeah. Oh. And then this is my other pumpkin right here.
Did you guys show your pictures?
Mhm.
What about Nana?
Can I use your purple? Yeah.
Alright guys, so that's the end of this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.